Jack, what's up, man? Check this out. This swings from last week. This is one of the early ones I took. So you can kind of hear just a little bit of that turf first. I don't know if you can hear in the screen record, but I can hear. Just a tiny bit flippy. Overall, though, pretty solid. And we can see this one's just pulling high left again. Here's that face on. Let's see this bad boy. Okay. So as we see in here, boom. Just a tiny bit flippy. This would be why the ball is going high, spinning. Hitting it high on the face. That club head passing the hands just right here. So, I mean, this was a couple. I mean, this top one right here was after we just done some of those half swings. But look at the difference in impact. So, I mean, really just that little difference of doing those half swings, boom. Huge for the program. So just that right there alone is huge. Okay, man, this is actually really cool to see that difference. It's actually legit. That's legit. Let me show you this, though. So I got you a model here. Look at Jake Knapp, sweet swinger on tour. Legit. But we were talking about that takeaway, just that first part. Boom. So see how he's starting to hinge that left wrist, and the hands are staying inside, versus I don't like how the club for you gets right here. Not as much hinge. It's on the bottom side or underneath. Boop. Versus his stays out. Subtle, but one of those things. All adds up. Let's go to the top. Look where he takes his club at the top. Oh. Look where he's got this thing up here. Damn near over his right shoulder. Look at this gap he's got here. I don't think that would be a bad thing for you to unleash a little bit of that. I feel like you get these hands over this right shoulder a little bit more. That'd be a good thing, dude. You don't have to go as long as he does, but let that right elbow come off the side a little bit. Get those hands a little higher. Because what I want to happen, and this would be the problem right here, just in transition gets just a tiny bit stuck right here. So just getting the hands a little higher would alleviate a little bit of that. Because that left arm parallel right here, I like to see this left arm a little bit more parallel to the line. Hands a little bit more out in front. So see where he's at right here. Big difference. Doesn't seem like much, but big difference. So if we go down, so I want hands higher in the backswing. So let's see if we can link these. Here we go. Oh. Let's see if that works. Boom. Cool. So you're already flipping a little bit here. So look at this. This would be another kind of what I was talking about with the driver. See how I can't see his left arm? His right arm is still bent or underneath, quote unquote. And then you get to this position. See how his hands are inside. Oh, whoa. His hands are inside this club here. That's nice. That's nice. But look where he finishes here. This is what I want to show you. Look where your hands are exiting. So when you start to see your hands versus where you see his hands, you're exiting up by almost above your right shoulder and going up. He's going much more around the body. So overall, his backswing, his hands are higher, and he's swinging more around the body and staying on the inside of the club. You are going more around the body here, steep, flip, and the hands are getting outside the club, and then you're trying to hold on here. So it's just that little difference. I think if you just get the hands a little higher here, that'll give you a little more space to keep it out in front of you. And then doing those half swings and that bunker work, that'll allow you to, that'll be our anti-flip. So you can stay on the inside of this, keep the body moving, and extend through here to maintain those hands staying in front. Boom. Flight that thing a little bit lower. And it would be much more finishing around the body through this part. It'd be money, dude. Money. Then you can hit it like Jake Knapp. Quit your job. Go on tour. Boom. Oh, one quick thing about driver. All right, so check out the driver. So for sure the setup we were talking about. Here's one thing I wanted to note. So here's Jake. I'm using Jake. I mean, A, he's legit, but B, I don't know if he's the exact model I'd pick for you, but I just have him easily accessible in my models here. But here's what I wanted to show you. I thought this was interesting. So we were talking about like your ball almost doesn't have any spin on it. It's like falling out of the air. I found this to be interesting. Look at this position right here. Look where, let's go back one. So your arms are pretty much in the same spot. Look where Jake's got the club. Look at that. That's super interesting. Oh, holy moly. Dude, look at the difference where how much farther the club has traveled. So it's going from, that would be a faster release. Part of, and this is exactly how you would take spin off. You'd have a release over a longer time frame. Less wrist action. His goes from here to here really fast. Boom, boom. Yours goes boom, and it's a longer arc. I mean, it finally rehinges maybe a little bit there versus he's boom there. He's rehinging on that side way sooner, dude. So if you whip that thing around, and I don't know if this is a little bit has to do with the left wrist, or maybe the left wrist started hurting because of this. Tough to know. I mean, I don't know your full history, but I'd be curious to play with this, speeding up this release a little bit, going from this side to this side faster. So see how it's hinged here? Hinge it this much on this side right here. Oh, whip that thing around, dude. Because look where he's moving to. Oh, dude, that would be really interesting to play with. It's almost like you could add spin to your driver and speed. Well, speed equals spin. But I found that to be a really interesting point to see where he's already got that club whipped around, dude. To give that a whirl, hit those half swings and that bunker work. Let me know how it goes. Talk to you soon, dude. Peace.